Let's watch some Greg and Tim show clips.
We're going to move on to a different topic. This one, we'll see how much we talk about this one. Plastic ban in Canada for the fellow Canadians, because we aren't only in Canada. We are listened to globally.
Right.
So people that aren't from Canada, let me paint you a picture right now. And by paint you a picture, I mean, I'm going to paint a picture with a wood paint brush on a piece of paper made from trees also, because we're not allowed to use plastic in Canada. When you get a Slurpee at 7-Eleven,
yep,
and you need to stir it, because it's, you know, when you drink a Slurpee and the slush like gets a little hard because you've gotten all the juice out of it, and you go to stir it to get it like mixed back up again.
Yeah.
When you stir it with a straw in Canada, the straw moves on the top, but the bottom stays in the exact same place.
Right.
We use paper straws.
Yeah.
We also use what they call bamboo forks.
Yeah. If you don't know what bamboo means, it means break as soon as it hits any substance.
Yeah. Bamboo. It is Australian for breaks instantly.
Instantly upon touching.
Australian or Chinese?
Oh.
Bamboo's from China? Where are we importing our bamboo from? By the way,
I'm sure it's fake.
We can't be fake. We can't have plastic. It has to be real. We can't have plastic in Canada.
Yeah.
So we're importing bamboo from China?
Yeah.
Think about it.
But that's the point. It doesn't make sense, right?
It makes zero sense. And the amount of oil and gas it takes to import this stuff into Canada.
Whoa. That's way too much thinking into the whole thing that nobody needs to do. We just got to realize that the government is concerned about the environment, and we should just give them carte blanche to do
So
whatever
I also
they want and don't question
I
it.
also now go to Starbucks.
Yeah.
And I drink out of a plastic cup with a plastic lid with no straw, because there's no straws allowed.
But it's a plastic cup.
And you know what's even better? This is the best one, you guys. Everybody's ready for this one. I go to Wendy's.
Yeah.
I order myself a large Coke with cherry, because they have all the flavors. Yeah. I get it in a plastic cup with a plastic lid and a paper straw. And a paper straw. Yeah. And you know what happens to that paper straw after like 3 minutes in carbonated beverage?
Yeah.
I start drinking straw.
It disappears.
I get a whole bunch of paper in my mouth. It is ridiculous. Like, the whole paper straw thing is ridiculous. So what happened in Canada is that the federal court system has...
So back up. I believe it was Alberta and Saskatchewan who actually
brought it to court.
Brought this case to court. And it basically said, listen, there is no proof that what you're doing here with eliminating plastic from these
single-use plastics,
does anything beneficial to the environment, or does any harm to the either one, right?
Exactly.
So they basically brought it to court to say this needs to end, and Alberta, this group that was led by these two provinces, won this case. The judge looked at it and said, yeah, there is the government has not brought enough proof to the table. And they actually overturned the plastic ban. But what's so
sort of
okay, go ahead.
So it's been overturned, but it hasn't been removed yet.
Right.
So the plastic ban is supposed to come into play in December. Everybody's already started it last December because you had to get rid of everything before December. But the government has said that they're going to appeal
of course they will.
The decision, and it's not yet over.
Right. Of course they're going to appeal it. But what surprises me so much is the apathy of Canadian individuals who don't seem to care
about the plastic.
About
the paper stuff.
About the paper issue.
Yeah.
And more than only that wouldn't even know the story exists as far as they lost this court case. Literally a judge, not a moron, an actual sitting judge.
Yeah.
In sitting in a federal seat in this country, looked at the evidence
and said no sense.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
And people on, and I want to say the left side of the political equation, don't care.
They think that it's still...
they literally don't care.
Yeah.
And this goes back to I just don't understand some Canadians and their apathy.
Yeah.
Like,
do you know what's funny?
What's that?
You're old enough to remember this.
Maybe.
Remember in the 80s when we used to
do
go to
remember the
grocery
80s.
we used to go to grocery stores and all of our groceries would be in paper bags.
I believe so, yeah.
In Safeway, you'd get paper bags. And then they're like, nope,
Yep.
you're killing all the trees. You're
Yeah.
killing all the trees. We're going to
Yeah.
move to plastic
Yeah.
bags. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to get rid of the paper bags.
Yeah.
And now it's like bizarro world out there.
But we make fun of Americans for challenging things and authority, and we make fun of them all the time. Not me, but people.
You've made fun
in
of a lot of
general.
Americans. Anybody that's listening,
I
give
used
them
to
your
be
phone
the
number.
captain of Club America when I was in high school. I
Okay.
love a lot of the things that happen in the United States. Not everything's good, of course.
Yeah. Everybody has their ups and downs.
But at least they question. But it seemed like we learned this from an event that happened that we won't say, starts with a C. We learned this, that Canadians don't question authority.
They're very submissive.
It's like, if you say it's right, then it must be right. And not only that, we bash people who actually do. Don't say anything bad about it. Don't say anything bad about it. Even when they turn out to be correct.
Yeah.
For some reason, we do not want to, even if they're incorrect, want to question authority.
Exactly.
Like, and it drives me absolutely insane. So the government,
Bonkers.
so the government then feels they have complete rule to do whatever they want. Right, wrong, indifferent, it doesn't matter because they're not questioned on it.
Yeah.
And this is why, in my opinion, the Liberal government has stayed in place for so long. Because people don't question. Let's just stick with what we have.
Yeah.
Even if we don't agree with all of it, why question? So everything stays the same.
If there's any government officials listening, Tim's address is you might be sleeping with the fishes.
Yeah. Well, that's a mafia term.
I made a mafia term.
Yeah.
Sleeping with the fishes.
Yeah.
Good old cement boots.
Anyways, that's my little rant for the day.
I get it.
It boggles my mind how many people don't care.
How many people don't question the narrative, essentially, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
And like the narrative of the plastic thing doesn't make any sense. Like, yeah, maybe we use too many straws.
Yeah. I can't imagine this appeal, how it's going to work. Well, we had no actual evidence before, but here's some non-evidence again. Now what do you think? like literally, this was a federal judge.
I know. Because now they're going to appeal to another federal judge, I guess.
And they have,
I don't know.
And literally there's no evidence.
Yeah.
That it's
I think this gets drawn on. We have another year of the government.
Yeah.
It gets drawn on for one more year.
Yeah.
2 more years, 1 more year, whatever it is. And it just gets drawn on. And then eventually we'll go back to the way it was. And I won't have to steal straws from Jimmy John's anymore. Shout out to Jimmy John's. Love your sandwiches and straws.
You never asked for Jimmy John's when I came back a couple weeks ago. I was surprised. I was going to offer it, but
Yeah. I
went for the day to Grand Forks. I said,
right.
"Hey, do you want?"
Oh, because we were watching the football game and I didn't want to have it. I didn't want to have it in front of people that weren't getting any.
What you just said. Anyway, so that's my little rant on that, and that's my take on that. But interesting. It's a move in the positive direction for those
100%.
people who actually get tired of, and people get blamed and labeled as, haters of the environment. It's the second they question. Just like during that event I won't speak of that starts with the C, people were just bashed when they questioned it. Even questioned it.
The event we don't speak of.
Yeah.
I get it.
Like literally, it just boggles my mind.
Hey, thanks for watching this Greg and Tim Show clip. If you want to watch the whole episode, it is linked below. And if you want to watch any of the previous episodes, they will be beside us here. One's probably there, one's right here. And you can click the middle part right here that will have the subscribe button. So right here, middle, and then you can click on the other episodes and check us out. Thanks. Subscribe.